Hi, everyone. I am going to wait just a couple of minutes for people to get on, and then we'll get started. Hi, we're going to wait on a couple of people to hop on, and then we'll get started right away. Make sure that if you're logging on and watching that you type your name, where you teach, in the comment box so that we can see who is here. And then if you look at the end, there should be a link, and that is how you will receive your credit. Okay. We are going to go ahead and get started. So my name is Shay Frauman, and we are going to talk about Flashcard Factory. It's through Pear Deck. It's a great tool to use for collaboration with your students. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is Fast Learning with Flashcard Factory. This is March 4th. I'm so glad that you're joining me today. Again, my name is Shay Frauman. I teach at Neesmith Elementary. I'm a fourth grade math and science teacher. I am the CITF for our campus, and I'm Google certified. If you do not have your Google certification, I suggest that you hop on that. It's a great certification to have. Here's my email and my phone number. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, that is my Twitter handle. So our objectives for today, for the teacher, you're going to understand how to use Pear Deck Flashcard Factory and how to seamlessly embed it into your instruction. And for your students, you're going to be able to see how your students can use this to collaborate with their peers effectively. And it shows you what they know or what they don't know. And we'll go more into that in a little bit. Our technology standards for the classroom. So for the teacher, it's the facilitator standard. So this means that educators foster an environment where student learners are taking ownership of their learning in a group setting and create ample learning opportunities for students to create or show their learning on a variety of platforms. And for the student, their standard is the creative communicator. And students are able to communicate complex ideas clearly and effectively by creating or using a variety of digital objects such as visualizations or models, which is what Pear Deck is. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I need you to do, let me log out real quick. The first thing you're going to need to do is type in peardeck.com. And it will pull you up to this screen right here. Over here, you'll see where it says student and teacher login. To create flashcards, you need to click teacher login. You must log in using your Google account. You have one through the school. I suggest you use your school account because you do have a premium account with Community ISD for Pear Deck. So you need to click login with Google. And then you need to click on your Gmail account. and it'll bring you to this screen right here. So one thing I want to make sure and draw your attention to is up here at the top. It says that it's your name. And if you have this little crown right here, which you should, that means that you have a premium account. If the crown is not on your icon, then that means that you're not on your school account, because everyone at Community ISD has a premium account. So as you can see, there are lots of features on Pear Deck, just the website in general, but we are solely focusing on Flashcard Factory today. So in order to start Flashcard Factory, you need to click where it says Pear Deck Vocabulary, and you're going to click on this that says Create a Vocab List. So before we get started, you're probably wondering, Shay, why would I use this in the classroom? This is a great tool to use that if you have just gone over a unit, or you're trying to just get a really quick check to see if your students are understanding what they're doing. These are interactive flashcards within the classroom that your students create. So for this, students are going to write their own definition. And while they're writing the definition, someone else is drawing a picture of it. And those students are collaborating together, which is our anchor skill for this quarter, is collaboration. And at the end, your whole entire class will get to approve or disapprove cards according to the criteria that you have set. And then afterwards, you can print the cards that your students have made and have them in your classroom. And you can play review games with them, or just have them on a ring so they can refer back to them. And I think it's even more special that your students have made it. So up here where it says Untitled Vocabulary List, you need to click on that. And you literally just type in whatever your unit is that you're working on. In fourth grade math, we are wrapping up. This is our last week. We are wrapping up our geometry unit. So after you have your title, you can come down here and you start entering in words that you want your students to write definitions or sentences for and to illustrate. So you just start typing in words for your students. Whatever you would like them to collaborate with. And I always find it that use words that your students are like, for instance, in fourth grade, parallel and perpendicular, those two are always the ones that get some students just really, they get confused on it. So if you put it on here, and students are able to collaborate more on these words. Okay, so say these are the only words I want to work on right now. Of course, you would probably have more than just 3. I have not found that there is a limit to how many words you can have. So if you do find a limit, please let me know, because I have done like 15 before, 15 or 20, and I've never been told to stop, or it's never knocked me out. So you can sort them by alphabet if you wish. This import right here, you can import words. And the share button, if you would like to share what you are doing, that's what the share button is. So right here, you have the term, and underneath you have where it says definition. You can personally type your own definition. Or because this is like if what you are talking about in class, or if you want to come over here, you can click on this. And of course, none that are found this is the Merriam-Webster dictionary. So if they're not found, then you can take some away from, and we can see. So there are some that pop up, and this is the one that we've talked about. So a line at right angles to another line or surface. If you don't like that definition or you find that it's not friendly for your classroom, put your own there. Now, the other thing is do you have to have definitions? The answer to that is no, you do not have to have definitions. You can totally take them out. Now, I personally never put definitions on here because when I do Pear Deck Flashcard Factory, I want to see like authentically, do my students know this word or do they not know this word? And if you put definitions, it kind of gives them a little hint. Again, that's my preference. If you have your own preference, that's on you. So say you are done with all of this and you're ready to start playing. So you'll come over here and you'll say play Flashcard Factory. This is going to pop up. It says that you're missing definitions. Some of your cards are missing definitions. Do you want to continue without updating? And I do because I don't want to put definitions. So you can say start game anyway. All right. So you're probably wondering, do I have to project it on the board? Again, this is a preference. It's more fun if you project it on the board because it's very interactive and your students are able to see what's going on. But if you don't have a means to have a projector, it works either way. So we're going to go the route that you do have a projector and you're using your projector. So this is going to be on your computer. And you're going to say, okay, I see it on my computer. If it's not on your computer and you have to drag it, you can drag it. If not, it should be linked up. And then you can say, okay, I see it on the projector. And just like Google Slides, your students are going to type in this joinpd.com if you've ever used Pear Deck Slides before. And then they're going to type, they don't type www, they literally just type joinpd.com. That's all they type. And then they'll type in this little code down here, kind of like Kahoot. They have to have this code. And then down here, they always have very interesting words for your students to correlate the letters to. Now up here where it says 0 workers joined, workers are your students. This lets you know how many students have logged in and how many more students you're going to need to log in. So when you are ready to go, you're going to say, and all your students are with you, you're going to say clock in. Okay, so I'm going to switch back to my my presentation so I can show you what it looks like if I had students. Obviously, I don't have students playing, so nothing's going to be on here. So let me switch over real quick. So when you have students playing, that's the screen that you're going to see. So Pear Deck automatically pairs your students for you, which is great for our Gomez and Gomez model. It's automatically pairing students for you. Now, sometimes there are students who, and it's automatically generated. You don't do this, the computer does it, and the computer doesn't know that your students can or cannot work together. So if for some reason you do not like the students that the computer has paired up together, you can come down here and it says shuffle teams and it can shuffle it. Now there's a day shift and there's a night shift. So it is a team thing. And at the end, you'll see how the teams can get points. So again, all your students should pop up here. If it's an odd number, some students may be alone, and that's just how it works. So again, this is how your students are getting paired. And if you have students that are coming in late or they get logged out, down at the bottom, they can still log in with the code down at the bottom left. And when you're ready, you say, let's play. So when you say, let's play, this is what your students are seeing during Flashcard Factory. So, well, let me go back real quick because I forgot something. Sorry. Here are two different ways that you can have students pair up. And this is two different ways I've done this. You can have students stand up and go get with each other. Or if you don't like that atmosphere, you can have students that are paired. So say there's Henry Green and Naomi Scott. Henry may be across the classroom and Naomi may be across the classroom from each other. Henry and Naomi, hopefully they know who each other are. They have to make eye contact and give each other a thumbs up when they know that they're partners. Same with these people, if you don't want them getting up and moving around. If you do, give them just a minute or so to get with their partner. And when you have seen that everyone's with their partners, then you can say, let's play. Okay, moving on. So when you say, let's play, you're going to have, so one partner is going to have their screen and they're going to be drawing an example of the word that you have given them. The other partner is going to be writing a definition or a sentence of the word that you have, the same word. They're working on the same word together. So they are together. Now, I know this is online privacy and cell membrane. Obviously, I don't have pictures of it happening right now. So these are from Pear Deck's website. But they would have the same exact word together. I always, and just make sure and clarify, it must be school appropriate. They can type on their pictures, which I love. So a lot of students, they like doing text boxes, like it's like dialogue, or they're just drawing a picture of it. Now, over here, when I talked about you can have a definition or not, if you choose to have a definition, it pops up right here. If you choose not to have a definition, there's not going to be anything right here. It'll just say draw an example of, and then whatever you have. Same with over here. If you have the definition, it's going to pop up right here. Now, this is what I was talking about is authentic, is like when they are writing a sentence or a definition. If you don't have a definition, they're literally composing on their own what to do. And that's just that's just my personal preference. That's how I do it in my classroom. But if you want a definition, you can totally do that. So when both students have agreed, like, yes, this picture is great. Yes, our definition or sentence is great. They both have to click on their own computer. So this person will click, I'm done drawing. And this person will click on their computer, I'm done writing. And when they click on that, it'll submit it together. So when it submits, this is what it looks like on the classroom projector. So on the classroom projector, you'll see all the words that you have right here. And I love this. I mean, it's truly a factory. Like the words are falling from these little chutes right here, and they go on the conveyor belt, and I just love it. And the kids love it too. So it'll fall down and it'll just go. So this is what your computer screen for the classroom looks like. And then your kid's screen is what this is right here. So let me go back real quick to, okay, so again, it's going to look a little bit different because I don't have students in here. So I'm going to say, let's play. And this is what it looks like. So up here at the top, you'll see where it says examples for 0 to 3 terms completed. So if it says 3 out of 3, that means that there has been at least one person or one group who has completed these terms over here. At least one group has. And if it says 2 out of 3, then that means that only 2 groups have completed 2 of those terms. You can keep going as long as you want. I usually give my students, it depends on how many words there are, like 15, 20 minutes. But when you're ready to go, you're going to click right here that says quality control. So let me go back here. So quality control is where your students are now, as a class, collectively voting on if they agree that this picture and this definition is what belongs. So then you're also getting an extra quick check. And how I do it as a quick check right at the very end, kind of like their exit ticket. I have students will go through these, and I'll ask students, if you feel on your own, if you feel like this is something that you agree with, give me a thumbs up. If you think that the picture is correct and the word, and the definition is correct, give me a thumbs up. If you don't think it's correct, give me a thumbs down. And that right there also tells me, okay, do they really know what this word means? And then you're obviously the majority rolls, and then you click the check. I never do it like on my own judgment. I let my kids judge, but I'm the one who's clicking the check or the X. At the bottom, I'm going to bring your attention down here. You can see that there's all these different cards. Now, say for instance, you have 8 groups or 10 groups going, and you have given them 8 definitions. That's 80 cards to go through. That's a lot, and it takes a lot of time. If I were you, I would only go through maybe like 2 cards out of each category, period. But you want to make sure you can see the blue line and the gold line. Make sure you're fair, because they do get points. So make sure you're fair. If you're only doing a couple from each word, you're picking like 2 day shift, 2 night shifts, so on and so forth. Because we want to be fair. And I'm going to talk about this real quick too. This is how the teams get points. And so if you have a team who wins at the end, you can have like a little prize or like a clap or something, whatever you do. And then when you're done and you've gone through all the cards or however many you want to go through, you're going to click to where it says next phase is the shipping. So let me go back to the Flashcard Factory. And you're going to click on next phase shipping. And you'll see up here, all the cards will tumble down, and then there will be 2, there'll be the points up here. So how you get the set in your classroom, because I told you at the very beginning that you can print the vocabulary cards. So right here, you can say print set. So you'll click on that. And then obviously it'll have the word, but over here it would have the picture that the students drew and the definition or the sentence that they wrote, which I absolutely love this because it's authentic and it would go great in your classroom. It could go on your word wall, just like as cards, or you can do it by units, however you want to do it. So, and then you just print them out. Okay, I'm going to go over one more thing. So say you did this for one class. Let me go back to Pear Deck. Say you did this for block 1, but I want to do it for block 2, block 3, block 4, however many blocks you have. There is a way that you can go back to sessions that you've already done. So you'll come over here where it says home and you click on sessions. And obviously the one that I was working on was active. And so I'm going to come right here where it says archived. And then these are all the ones that are done, and I can restore it and redo it if I would like to. If you're saving it and you want to name it, you need to name it so that you can come back and reference to it later if you forget to print out the cards or what have you. All right. Well, that is what I have. I'm going to wait. I'm looking to see if there's any questions real quick. Oh, yeah. If you are an ELAR teacher, I love that, Miss Edwards. Give them the definition, but they have to create a sentence using the correct grammar. That's great. I love that idea. We'll wait to see if there's any questions. Thank you so much to everybody who joined. Please stay tuned to the comments to see if there is just wait for the attendance link and they'll post it. I'll still wait a couple of minutes. There it is. Okay. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions at all, please, I'll go back to it. Please do not hesitate to contact me. I would love to chat with you. Other than that, you can do it. You have 3 more days, not even 3, 2 more days left of school till spring break. Please let me know if you need any help. I'm ready to help you. So don't forget the attendance link. That is how you get your credit. Other than that, I hope y'all have a great evening and thank you for tuning in.